Back, August is National Coffee Month, and if there's one thing that people in the South love more than sweet tea, it's their coffee. Zaina and I got the chance to speak to a dietitian who debunked some myths about coffee and also shared some very interesting tips. Take a look.
We're joined with Melissa Hooper. She's an award-winning dietitian, and she is here to talk with us in honor of National Coffee Month. Hello, Melissa.
Hi.
Nice to have you, and thank you for all your ingredients, too. I'm excited about this. First of all, tell us, what are the main health benefits of coffee?
Oh, there's so many health benefits, and we're learning more and more about it all the time. There's a lot of natural antioxidants that will help to prevent cancers. They're thinking this also helps to reduce inflammation, so it can help prevent some of the diabetes issues that we have. It obviously gives us a big boost in the morning of energy and focus, and not to mention it tastes great.
And you know, you can have your coffee black. You can also have it with so many different additions, if it's milk and cream or the flavored stuff. What is your favorite milk to add to your morning coffee?
So my favorite milk is Bam Nut milk, and it's a new milk in the market, but it's probably going to take everything by storm. But it's made by a Bambara nut that's grown in the ground, so it's actually technically a legume. But I like the barista version. It froths up really great in coffees.
Okay, and it sounds good. This is kind of a funny question, but I think it's good to ask. How much coffee do you think is too much coffee?
That's not a funny question. That's an important question.
Yes, that is actually an important question, especially if you're a coffee lover. Well, the American guidelines for the dietary guidelines states that about 3 to 5 cups a day is considered to be part of a healthy diet. So if you go over 5, that's where you're starting to get into a little bit too much coffee. We do still want to make sure we're drinking plenty of water and staying hydrated. And if there's caffeine in the coffee, it can be a little more drying from the inside out with the body. So, you know, we want to have our cup of joe, but we also want to make sure we're giving our body some water too.
And you know, there's always been these like stories or urban legends or just questions that people ask when they do this. Does coffee make you live longer?
You know, this is another really great question, and there's some research that says yes, it absolutely does. The research isn't really saying why, they haven't quite figured it out, but there's a correlation between people who drink coffee and who actually live longer. It could be possibly from the antioxidants that are in it naturally that help to prevent different cancers and other diseases like the diabetes, and also helps with some heart disease as long as it's not like a blood pressure issue or tachycardia, that type of thing. But yes, it absolutely does. So you can feel good too when you drink your coffee.
All right, you heard it there, folks.
Okay, and speaking of coffee, you're going to demonstrate how to make a good cup for us.
Yes, and this is super easy. It's a latte, but with the lattes, you can add in a lot of different mix-ins. So I'm just starting here with a cup of regular black coffee that's not got anything else added into it. And then I'm going to pour in about a cup of the barista Bam Nut milk. And I'm using a shaker cup because I'm trying to show you how easy this is to add it in the morning, or you can make it ahead of time before you're going to go to work and run out the door. And then you can add in maybe a little shot of espresso, which I happen to enjoy in the morning, a little extra caffeine. And then you just put it in your shaker cup, shake it up, and you can add some ice and hit the road for your job, wherever you're going, if you're taking kids to school. And if not, if you're sticking around and working from home, you can add it into your favorite cup and put some ice in it and start your day at your desk at home.
Coffee to go. That's my daughter's favorite drink, by the way, right there, the way you just did that. Okay, this is the question everybody's always asking. Why does coffee stain your teeth? How can you not do that? Because you love coffee.
Yeah. That's another thing. I know it sounds a little weird. I use a straw when I drink my coffee. That does help, but that doesn't mean you're going to eliminate all your ability to get the coffee stains on the teeth. But it's the tannins that are in the coffee. It's the same type of tannins that we see in red wine, in dark chocolate, tea, anything like that. They have that tannin. That tannin is actually part of the antioxidant profile of a coffee. So it's good for our bodies, but not necessarily for the color of our teeth. But you can just use a whitening toothpaste occasionally, and that will help keep them white while you're drinking your coffee.
All right, I'm getting the straw.
You should, though. You
Give me a straw.
should. Certainly, that's not going to stop anyone, right? Coffee can be delicious and tasty. Well, Melissa, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you so much for having me.